All right, this is twiddla. I wanted to show it to you at the faculty meeting before break, but we simply ran out of time because the discussions were so great. I think twiddla has many uses within the classroom, and I'm going to show you some of those. I, for example, can believe that it would be used to review and analyze student artwork, student projects. You can have online discussions that would enable you to involve every single student and hold them all accountable. You can use it to mark up a web page or a video. And Imagine has many, many more uses. I'm hoping that you will find some of them for yourself. I wish they had this when I was in the classroom, or at least I knew about it when I was in the classroom. I'm going to go through some of those techniques that you can use with it today. As you can see, I'm already logged on to twiddla. I have an account. Teachers can get a free professional account by simply emailing twiddla. But even then, you can still just use it one time without doing all those things, or a couple times for a 30-day free trial. You get all the features. But I'm just opening up an account that I've already used, or a document or a meeting that's already taking place. And the thing that I have up is a PowerPoint. You can upload any Microsoft Office document, as you can see right here. The PowerPoints sometimes take a little bit longer to upload, so I just already went ahead and uploaded it so that you can see it here. And this comes from Hammurabi's Code. So I could use it to have a discussion. There's really two ways to have a discussion, but the first thing you need to do is you need to invite people to attend. As you can see, I have myself, I'm Reed Gillespie, and then I also have Reed 2 on a separate computer, just so you can see what happens when people join. But to invite people, all you have to do is click this invite right here. You can send them an email, but more likely with students, you're simply going to give them the URL that's right down here, and they would type it into the web browser. It works with every single web browser, by the way, so it doesn't matter if it's Google Chrome or if it's Microsoft Explorer, or as you can see, I'm using Firefox. So then let's say, what should be done to a carpenter who builds a house that falls and kills the owner? Well, if I believe that he should be sued, I would just simply write, he should be sued. Now, I'm participating in this one as a student, but if I want to foster the discussion, I could ask follow-up questions. For example, how much should he be sued for? Read. And we can continue with that. Now, that's one way to have the discussion. The other way would be to use the text feature right here, and that would enable me to simply say, how much should the plaintiffs get? And of course, I'm going to misspell plaintiffs because, well, spelling ain't my thing. So that's one way I believe that you could probably use twiddla in the classroom. Now, I'm going to show you some other features, and I'm going to clear this page and go to another way I think that it could be used. And I've already uploaded some images. So this image is Raphael's. So I've uploaded it here. Now you can see the trash can up here. If I simply wanted to drag this to the trash can, or I could simply click delete, that would clear the whiteboard. But if I were using this, for example, in art class or even a world history class, this is a Renaissance era painting, I could simply ask who painted it, or I'd want to have maybe a higher level discussion. And one of the things Raphael does in this painting is he uses a tremendous amount of detail. So I could ask the students, how does Raphael use details? And then again, the students could simply answer there, or they could also perhaps draw some of the examples that they see for the use of details. Now, one of the problems with the drawing features, of course, if you have 25 different students participating, they're all going to be drawing a tremendous amount. By the way, you'll have no problems whatsoever getting 25 people to online. The site's not going to crash. I was reading on twiddla. They say they've had conversations with up to 200 people on one whiteboard, and they've had no problems. There is one feature I don't like about twiddla, and that's this one. If you click the erase feature, and I want to erase the line that I drew, there's no way of preventing it from erasing the actual picture. So I'm actually here erasing one of the great pieces of artwork. So that's one of the negatives to using twiddla. But as you can see, I still think it has many uses that you could use. For example, maybe if you had students doing a project, you could take pictures of them, upload the pictures, and say, what do you like about this project, or something along those lines. I think it has other uses as well. For example, if I wanted to actually insert a web page, we could watch a video. I've got this one right here. It's on binge drinking, which of course is something, unfortunately, our students are all too familiar with. I could simply, as I said, just go to the web page, paste it in here, and it will open it up. Again, it clears the page, it gives you the warnings, but that's not going to be a problem. Now, I will tell you, sometimes some of the websites do prevent you from uploading. You can see I actually only erased a little bit of the picture there. And I need to click browse. If I want to click browse, that takes it back to its normal state. But they will not enable you to embed it. Now, if you need to embed it, you could go down here through the widgets and code and embed things. But this, and I've just got the volume down so it doesn't cause any problems, but it's about binge drinking. So I could, as a teacher, for example, use this for a current event, pull up some newscast or news story, or if this is something that we're studying in class, in a health class, for example, we could stop and we can say what percentage, if maybe they've talked about it, how many people binge drink according to the video. Now, obviously, that's going to maybe be an easy question for everyone to answer because they just went through it in the video. So maybe I want to ask some higher level questions, or maybe I want to direct the questions to one or two people. There's some other features as well. One that I used before it was bought out by Google, and now I've seen that's made its comeback here, is Etherpad or Etherpad. I'm not sure exactly how to say it. This is, again, another way that you can have an online discussion. When I was in the classroom, I used it when we were reading things, and I would use it for the students to learn the summarization techniques. So, for example, I've already started something here, but I could say I believe that the main idea of the story is ... And then I would just continue with that. And then when someone else participates, their parts that they're going to enter here will come up in a different color, so you can know who is participating. Now, I can also ask prompting questions here. For example, if that's a way that we're summarizing, I could say to the student, read. Do you think it's necessary to start your summary like that? And that might clue him, and then he might be able to retype his summary. The way I used Etherpad when I was teaching was I would frequently have the students in Microsoft Word type their original summaries and then copy and just simply paste it over here. And then we'd have them all, and I would ask various people to participate. So I'd say, Chris, can you please paste yours in there? And then we'd have some comments, and I made rules, just like you would for any online discussion, that you had to comment positively and negatively, whatever, on everyone's and stuff along those lines. When I first tried it, some of the comments were pretty silly and sort of stupid, but once the kids got the hang of it, it was much, much better. So as you can see, I think there are many uses to twiddla, and I hope that you can find some uses in your classroom for it as well.